Howdy folks, welcome back to SnowRunner on the Imandra map. Gonna try and knock out a couple of jobs with the M134. This is a job that I think I've already hit one of these when I was driving across the ice over here. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. Yeah, so 3 is gone. I know when I was driving across the ice, I drove through an area with a flag, so that must have been measurement zone 3. So I'm going to try and finish out this one, given that I've already knocked off one of them. And then I'm going to go over here and do some other stuff if there's still time. The videos have been getting pretty long, and I'd like to shorten that up. The last hour and a half video is still downloading from 2 days ago. I've got equipment set up to go get the armored cars. So after I knock out this M134 stuff, perhaps we'll do that in the next one. But I would like to get magnitude of 5 done, and maybe take stuff down for landslide in the mountains before I completely evacuate the north side of the map. There's also a couple cargo container jobs. Cargo containers have to be picked up from the warehouse, and then they go to the south side of the map. So there is that. Got a truck I think I could probably pick up both cargo containers with. But that's for later. Got a fuel tank there, tank of fuel there, and I put when I was setting up for the other job, the getting the armored cars, and I had to go down to the trailer store to buy a trailer. I had the cat down there with a high saddle to hook up to that wide flatbed that comes with the game, and but I bought one of the big heavy-duty fuel trailers that has 67,000 liters in it, and I parked it along the road up there before hooking up to the wide flatbed. So I've got fuel by the warehouse. Problem is I don't have fuel out here in the field. No, I'm just going around the rock on the other side than what the marker says. Whoops. Let's try pushing right mouse button instead of left mouse button. I was going to try and cut through that gap, but I don't think it's worth it when I can just bounce over the rock. We're basically going to circle this big landmass in the middle. And then climb the hill to get up on top of it. Or go all the way around to the other side where there's a road, one or the other. See what it looks like when I get there. Going straight up the hill would be the most expedient. Want to slow down before I hit those rocks, or that'd be suspension damage. Going that fast and running into an object. Oops. Wrong place to put on the brakes. Now, if anyone's interested, whee, let's slide right into the circle. Almost backed it in. If anybody's interested, this is the land bridge. That is a royal bitch to get across. I don't know that the M134 would do it. I know that a cat will, but I was not loaded, and it still had trouble. I suppose this thing would do it. But the problem is that the rocks are covered in ice, and the gaps between the rocks are enormous. So you need something with enormous wheels, and the cat fits the bill on that. But unfortunately, the cat does have quite a bit of frontal overhang. I'm not really paying too much attention to where the soft spots are on the ice, just because I don't have to. This thing doesn't have a lot of mass, so it doesn't really break through all that much. Hold on. That's what I thought. There's something laying on the ice there. Unless it's a graphical error, it's supposed to be a piece of rock. There's other trucks that would get over that obstacle, but to do it with so much ease. I was trying to turn right and head for the clear snow. The snow was no big boulders, but the game had other ideas. It decided it was gonna send me straight up over that boulder whether I liked it or not. There's what I'm shooting for, the blue dot at the top of the hill. Bring my camera back this way a little bit so I can see up the hill. Oh, didn't want to do that. Come on, come on. Don't flip over backwards when I hit the brakes, neither. There we go. I made a mark to go around the other way, but it looks like I can go this way. There's everything for the pictogram complete in about 8 minutes. Everything for the pictogram in 8 minutes. Oh, well, it shows there's one more point, but what is that? Oh, that's for new pool. Never mind. The game always automatically switches to another job. And this is the active suspension for the Warthog. I already got the race suspension earlier. Now this is the active suspension. Pull up the list or the map. Right up on top of the hill. Now the only other thing we gotta come up here for, see, there's a flatbed up here, a small scout flatbed that has to go way down here to the corner. I need a drink. Okay. The other thing, did we get a new job out of that? Sometimes completing one task will throw in another one. I think it's probably just highlighting new pool or something. I don't see anything new popping up. Deliver a portable cabin to the fishing spot. That wouldn't be a bad job to do right now, except the cabin is way the fuck down here. So, why is it got the flag on there? Let's dump new pool. Start tracking on this. So I need to get there and there. And then on another job, I need to get to the stone labyrinth. So that's 3 more points to check off, which will complete 2 more jobs. Seems to make sense to leave the stone labyrinth to the last. Yeah, make my way up here, and then over there, and then up in here. And then head back to the warehouse for fuel. Or recover it to the garage. But that puts it back over there. It wouldn't matter. Either way, it gets fueled up. I was thinking about pulling that flatbed down here, so I wouldn't have to make my way up here later with some other vehicle, but screw that. Seconds count. Every second's another megabyte. Let's see. That looks like it gets pretty rough at the bottom there. Why don't I just go back down the way I came up? Go over here, and then straight up the hillside. Work my way between the rocks. That looks pretty tight. Hopefully I can negotiate that. Otherwise I'll have to backtrack and come around, try and work my way around this way. Let's take a closer look at it. That looks like just all kinds of fucked up. Maybe I can work my way through here. I'll get down that far and then take a look at it again. Almost forgot I gotta do this. Take a screenshot. Won't be coming back up here again, I don't believe. Whee, here we go, like a roller coaster ride. Put the brakes on. Well, I think I'm already past the spot that I said was going to be tight. Because right now I believe I got to cross the ice here. Yeah, see, I'm already past that spot. Go like this. Like this. Negotiate that little gap. This is all big boulders up in here. Been there, done that, believe me. Public test server. Oops. I've done every job on this map. Campaigns and tasks, or contracts and tasks. On the public test server. This is my second playthrough on Imandra. And admittedly, I'm doing things a little differently. Kind of learned some stuff the first time. But things are different this time too. A couple of the trucks I tried. Why is there a point following me around? Oh, it's probably on the other side of the mountain. A couple of the trucks I used the first time have new better wheels on them now. So maybe they'll work better? Ooh, no, you're not gonna do that shit on me. That was hell of a save. Whoa, look at the size of that boulder. Jesus. I told you it was Boulder City up here. Yeah, gotta worm your way down through here. Back up. Across another boulder field. And they finally allow you to check it off. Can't get all the way up here without taking a couple pictures. Actually, I think if you drive over by that last battery, there's a gun barrel sticking out. No. God. When this thing... either one of the front wheels hits a rock, it just pulls the car deeper into the rock. Deeper into the obstruction. No gun barrel, I guess, but we'll take a neat picture. It doesn't bounce off most of the time. It pulls you in further. Tries to climb it, whether you want it to or not. Okay. I don't think I can get down the hillside right there. Maybe over here. Maybe back up a little bit and work my way through here. And just swing around all that obstruction down to there. Maybe grab the labyrinth next and then do Toloma Battery. I can get out right there. There we go. Don't you dare. Ouch. The labyrinth is right there. You can see the labyrinth right there. I'm going to stop and switch jobs to Forgotten Civilization. Gotta come around the end of that rock ledge, and we're there. You know, I've only been recording for 26 minutes and we're checking off shit right and left. That's the way I like it to go. I made the waypoints and didn't even use them. Well, I got close enough to that one to check it off, so it gave me the next one. By the way, that road that runs around the top of the labyrinth is really fucked up. Just in case you were interested in knowing that. This way. Down the hill. I like doing that. That baby is done. Now let's go back to the other job. So this whole list is done. We did the other 4 on Lake COVID side. This was the only one over here. Now back to places of military glory. There's only one left. And we are here. We want to be there. So I'm going to go back up that hill and straight through the woods and across this field and through those trees and hit Tuloma Battery. After I take a picture of this. Okay. Anybody want to take bets on making it up this hill? It's like, what hill? If you don't have one of these, you're missing out on some. Of course, you know, There are those people that like to play completely vanilla. And that's perfectly fine if that's your thing. You'd have to stick to the roads more. Deep snow and big rocks would be more of a problem. Even though the established paths pretty much suck too, they do generally have winch points along them. But that is places of military glory. All done. So we checked off 1, 2, 3, 3 or maybe 4 jobs. I don't know. I'd have to watch the recording. We checked off places of military glory, and forgotten civilization, and oh, the picture one. I was thinking this gave you all your jobs, whether you checked them off or not. The pictogram one we done. And we got the upgrade, that's right. Checked off 2 batteries, the labyrinth, 6 weather station points around here and up there, and got the upgrade. And I think we'll just call that the M134 episode and call it good. I'll tell you what I want to do next. I want to take this evacuator over here to the warehouse, grab 2 fuel and take it up here. Fix, do the magnitude of 5 job. You know what? I am going to do that right now. I don't know where I might want to use this next, but regardless of where I use it next, it needs fuel. So I'm going to recover it to the garage. And then I'm going to jump in the evacuator, which is right outside the garage. And I'm going to go get my 2 fuel. I don't do a lot of nighttime gameplay just because it's harder to see, but maybe for a change I'll just go ahead and let it get dark. That's some pretty wicked mud. I remember on the public test server I was skirting it. I was staying over there in the snow. But I figured with these tires it would make it through. It struggled. But that mud is meant to trap you and make you have to winch out. Gotta take it easy over the rocks to not to get too much of that suspension damage, but the other is gets hard to steer when it's bouncing all over the frickin' place. It's hard to steer when it's not bouncing all over the place. But it's even worse when the ass end is going 10 feet from one side to the other. Going over the rocks always forces you down into that mud hole. It would be nice if you could stay up on the high side and just ride over the rocks. But the game won't let you do that. But this is another point where you're supposed to get stuck and have to winch out. Oh, looky there. Looks familiar. It's almost like my twin, except for having a crane on it. Now, I debated a long time about doing the wide single wheels or the skinny wheels on the front and dualies on the back, like the other evacuator crane. And I went with the wide singles on this one. And then you see the magnetic sensor on that vehicle, and there was room to put a low saddle on it. Couldn't put a high saddle, but I could put a low saddle. So I came over here and bought a low saddle trailer, and I think I can use the crane back here along with this triaxle and the flatbed or the sideboard. I'm only taking 2 pieces of equipment up there to get the armored cars instead of 3. You know, something to... I'm gonna do this the other way around. You need a crane. You need something with the metal detector. And you need something hauling a flatbed to load the vehicles onto. I need fuel times 2. There be 2 fuel. Why a landslide needs fuel is beyond me. I don't know, but maybe they need fuel to power up their imaginary construction equipment. Boy, it moves out a lot slower with that load in there. I'm not going to leave for that end of the map without doing this. And that was it. One push of the button, she stopped off. I've got the cat sitting there, hooked up to the wide trailer in case I have trouble with using the triaxle and the sideboard. Yeah, see, without the load it would go through. Oh, give me a break. I didn't put the active suspension on this one. The other one sitting down there with the crane has the active suspension on it. Active soft. This doesn't have the active suspension. At least there was another winch point out there. See, being loaded makes a huge difference. Oh, look at where I'm going. Yeah, I can run straight out here and go up that way. Be the easiest thing to do. I could cut across the top of the mountain there and then go across the lake. Hard to say if it'd be any faster. I just want to get to my turn out here and then up there. So I'll go right past the garage and shit. But this time I'm going to try and stay out of the mud a little bit. Switch back over to this side. Now that I know being loaded makes it have more difficulty in the deep mud. Could fuel up again, but don't need to. Whoa! These things see a telephone pole and it's like a dog running for a bone. They just can't pass it up. Every frickin' pole I go by, I have to turn it to the right to keep it off the pole. The ruts in the road just make it. One rut swerves it one way, the next rut swerves it the other way. Is this my turn already? Wow, I'm making better progress than I thought. Oh, I remember this part. If you try to go to the right, it's still just a big frickin' swamp. Left is a little easier. Make sure I keep control of it through here. Keeps trying to swerve to the right because there's a ledge over there. That put the handbrake on. It ain't gonna stop. There we go. Alright. Had to get all the proper screenshots, you know. Wonderful. Now we have an open road. And we have a beautiful night sky. And we have a done episode. I'll use that somewhere else eventually. I have both the cats up here, one there, and one somewhere else. Evacuator's over there. That's got a crane on it. I was thinking since it's way over there, I might as well take it down here by the lake where I'm going to need it. That's why I set up the other evacuator with a crane up here for that job. But at any rate, well, there's the other cat behind the big banner. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs with this one. Ticked off 4 jobs and picked up an upgrade. And off camera, I got a bunch of equipment ready to do the armored cars next. We'll get that one in the next episode. Thanks for watching. See you then.